Hi everybody, I'm Beebs Kelley. Welcome back to another fashion edition. Today we are going to take a look back at Catherine the Princess of Wales's most beautiful and fabulous outfits from 2025. We have almost every single outfit she wore last year in today's video to feature. Before we jump in, I would like to invite you to subscribe, click the like button and the hype button, but only if you want to. And if you missed it, we had a fashion edition over on the other channel about Meghan Markle's 2025 fashion. So if you missed that, I'll be sure to link it for you. But let's start off with Catherine's state dinners and evening gowns from 2025. She had 4 really glamorous outings with gorgeous, colorful, beautiful gowns. 3 of which were state dinner complete with tiaras. So it was a really great year for fashion. She brought out brand new evening gowns here that we had never seen before that were absolutely stunning. I'm going to do these ranked in order, starting with my personal favorite. This gold Philippa Lepli gown is stunning and amazing. The reason why I put this at number 1 is because it is so unique, such a beautiful, perfect design, so intricate, and has so many elements to it that are just regal and stunning and beautiful. This could be somebody's wedding gown. This is just perfection. I love the fact that this is actually a coat. This lace overlay is a coat. This could be worn over different colors or different styles of dress in the future, so I'm very excited to see it again someday. I love the collar. She has a nice model-esque, statuesque figure. So she has a long neck, a long torso, a long frame. She's quite tall, so she can really pull this off, and not everybody can. So it's just fabulous to see. It defined her waist perfectly. It has this beautiful amount of volume throughout the skirt that just looks flowy and gorgeous. And I love the sheerness of this lace overcoat that brings softness and an ethereal vibe that just cannot be beat. It is amazing in every way, shape, and form. And I also personally like this more than the cape sorts of situations. Those are very fun and interesting and on trend and beautiful, and I like them. But this is just more my personal taste. If I were choosing one of these for myself, it would be this one, 100%. I love the gold color, the tiara and everything matched perfectly, and this was just, I think, her most stunning moment of 2025. Look at this picture of her and William. Goals. Fabulous. Next best was the blue Jenny Packham from the Germany state visit that she wore with the Oriental circlet tiara, which I found to be an absolutely stunning outing. This tiara on Catherine is a match made in heaven. It looks beautiful on her. I love the asymmetric neckline of this blue sequined gown. I love the flow and amount of fabric in the skirt, and the sort of ombre color pattern is beautiful. The blue color is amazing, and the sheerness to the caped sleeves is bringing an element of softness and balance to the dress so that it doesn't come off too heavy. And the way those sequins just sort of disperse and dissipate lightly and fade out is perfection. The whole thing is beautiful and stunning. Absolutely love it. Next up is the red Sarah Burton for Givenchy for the France state dinner. This red color looks amazing on her. I love the way she did her hair for this. She's wearing the lover's knot tiara again. And the dress itself just has such luscious fabric here. It looks so beautiful and swishy, and the band around the waist defines it nicely and looks really polished. I absolutely love that. And last up, we have the emerald green gown she wore to the Royal Variety Show. That's velvet and stunning. It hugged her figure perfectly. She looked amazing. Her hair is so beautiful. The only thing I didn't like about this was the band over the bust line, but I'm really warming up to it now, taking a look back at it, revisiting this dress. I like it more and more. Love the V-neck on her. The whole thing looks beautiful. She got to meet Paddington. How much fun. Love the dress. Love it. Next, let's take a look at some of her coat dresses from 2025. I really love her coat dresses. I love coat dresses like this and just coats like this. For somebody like Catherine especially, who does have a naturally well-defined waist and plenty of height to work with, these are a really great option and almost always very, very flattering. On Catherine specifically, she has a longer torso with a well-defined waist, and her shoulders are ever so slightly wider than her hip line, but she does have a really balanced figure overall, and that well-defined waist is key to getting these types of heavier fabrics like coats to not overwhelm her figure, because she is quite thin as well. And so these can look really, really bulky and overwhelming if they are not tailored perfectly. So they are actually a perfect match for Catherine because she does have such great proportions to work with these style of coats. But as you can see across all of the following coats, they define her waist well, they are tailored perfectly. You can see in the shoulder line that it's aligned perfectly. They're never too big where the seams are hanging down or too small where the seams are way far in. And they are always hemmed to the right length for her as well. They're not skimming the ground looking like they're too tall for her or too long for her. One of my favorites was this rich, almost bluish green that she wore for St. Paddy's Day at the Irish Guards. I absolutely love this coat on her, and the hat that she wore is perfect. I love this style of hat. I really like the style of the pockets and the slight flare to the cuffs of the sleeves. The blue coat she wore for Germany's state visit, Welcome, is also really beautiful. I love the hat that she wore and the way she styled her hair, really sleek for this. This is a gorgeous coat with a little bit simpler design that's a little bit more streamlined with fewer embellishments, which is why the brooch is a perfect addition. For Armistice Day, she brought out one of my favorite of all time coats and hats. I absolutely love how this coat has more of an A-line to it, so there's a lot more volume throughout the skirt portion of the coat. And as you can see, her waist is defined so nicely on balance with the embellishments across the front of this coat. It's one of my all-time favorite black coats that she has, and I love this hat. The look was dramatic and beautiful and had a nod to the military with the design of the coat as well, which was perfectly suited for that occasion. This forest green coat I actually call the Prince Philip coat because it was his favorite color. The construction of this coat is very interesting. I really, really like it. She wore it in North Ireland. It didn't need any other embellishments. It's interesting enough on its own. And next we have one of her best coats. She's worn this so many times. She's worn it for Commonwealth Day and she's worn it to Wales this year, I believe. This is just a beautiful bright pop of color. It doesn't need a lot of other embellishment or design details because the color is what carries it. But the double-breasted design with the 4 buttons here also draws the eye to the waistline, which is flattering for her. The coat she wore for Christmas Day, she actually wore 3 separate times in 2025. Love a recycling moment here. I like that it has the burgundy to bring in so she can really, with plaids and patterns, I always think that's a nice way to go if you're looking to buy just one of these styles of coats, which I think is a really great thing to do, but they are more expensive. So if you're going to spring for one, picking one that has a plaid to it allows you to pull in different colors and different shades to your outfit to still coordinate with the coat, which is a smart move because it can get pricey and difficult to match perfectly. Allows you a lot more flexibility with what will match. She also wore this beautiful black coat dress that we've seen previously to the Duchess of Kent's funeral. This red one, which we've seen multiple times, she wore it with this beautiful, dramatic, one of her most striking fashion moments. She also wore it for a previous Christmas Carol concert here for Commonwealth Day. I love the styling that she wore with this red coat this year for Commonwealth Day. It really made the coat feel fresh and updated, but all she really changed was the jewelry and the hat, but it had such an impact on the look overall. It didn't feel recycled, it felt fresh. The emerald green coat that she wore for the Carol concert with this faux fur collar was absolutely beautiful. I love that the buttons are a little bit more decorative since the coat itself is so simple. We also have this beautiful teal coat that she debuted this year for Trooping the Color. This hat is one of her best hats I've ever seen. It is so fabulous and intricate, and it's a custom hat. So they added more flowers to it than the version available to buy. And the coat itself is a nod to the Irish Guard that does a sort of tealish green, but it's definitely a much lighter version. It's very turquoisey, but I like it. I really like it. It's very pretty, very striking. The silhouette of it and the white against the teal is eye-catching and has a big impact. One of my absolute favorite outfits that she wore last year was this navy blue dress. I love the streamlined construction of this. The elongation from the white piping down the center, and the hat is one of my favorite hats of hers. I absolutely love this. This is a Susanna London dress that she wore for the ship naming ceremony last year. It's gorgeous in every way. I absolutely love this dress. I can't wait to see her in it again. Another one that blew me away, the first time we ever seen her in Dior was for the French state visit. She wore this blush pink, very classic Dior silhouette here. I love it. I'm a big fan of Dior, especially their new look, which is not new anymore, but it is timelessly perfect. The slight flare to the jacket at the bottom, just a peplum effect of sorts, is so perfect and stunning for Catherine. And the skirt having the mesh overlay, I really like that texture being brought in. The hat is so beautiful and perfect for it. The whole thing looks pretty, a little bit coquettish. It's fresh and modern while still paying homage to the new look from Dior from way, way back from when Dior was brand new. I love it so much. I'm so pleased to see her in Dior. I can't even tell you. For welcoming the US state visit, she wore this red coat dress here. Perfectly lovely. Love the hat. And then she wore a somewhat similar but slightly less embellished plum coat dress for the VE anniversary. Two beautiful, noteworthy occasions. And then twice last year, she wore this piece for the VE anniversary concert and for Garter Day. This white ensemble, which is actually a dress, even though it looks like a jacket and skirt. It is technically a dress together. I love the texture and the sheerness of this skirt combined with the jacket. I think it's a really fun and interesting outfit, and because all the shades match and it is monochromatic and nothing is clashing here, it's the texture that draws the interest and allows your eye to look around the look overall, and it has great balance, and the texture is what draws interest here. It also reins in at her waistline really, really nicely to create perfect silhouette for her and accentuate her figure, and I love this big fabulous hat from Garter Day. I also love the bow that she wore for the concert when she wore this for the concert. Also for the VE service, she wore this polka dot dress, which we've seen her wear previously at, I believe, Ascot, at Royal Ascot, and for sure for Garter Day in the past. Love the hat, love the veil. One of my favorite features to a hat is a veil. The softer fabric of this dress as well is something that's very, very flattering on Catherine. It's not too structured, so it feels a little bit softer and a little bit more relaxed. She wore this beautiful blue dress to Wimbledon. I love the V-neck to help open things up and balance the volume of that flower on the shoulder. One of my favorites from last year that I believe is brand new is this plaid dress. I love the almost nod to retro of the puffed sleeves, but it's really, really controlled with this slight peplum, which helps add a tiny bit of volume to her hip, which helps balance the shoulders, especially since they have a little bit more volume here. But overall, this dress is fitted to her absolutely perfectly. The proportions are perfect, and I love it. I want one. One of my favorite dresses that she's had for years now is this plaid dress here. Another plaid. As you can see, I do love the patterns sometimes. They're really, really nice. I love the slim fit of this and the more slender silhouette of this. She can really pull it off well. And she also wore plaid when she visited Wales, I believe is when this picture was taken. And this dress she's worn before previously. I like that it has a little bit more volume to it. It has that softer fabric and flow that just feels very feminine. That's one of my favorite things about Catherine's style, is that it's very, very feminine without having to come across as like girly or like she's purposefully adding all this like feminine details and like pinks and bows and stuff all the time. It's just right. It's the perfect balance, and I really, really like it. And especially since she does have an athletic figure, being tall and fit, having some softer fabrics and some almost coquettish or feminine elements to her wardrobe really, really help to balance that, and it just always looks gorgeous. It's one of my favorite things about her style is that she leans into the feminine styles. She's not, even when she's wearing blazers and whatnot and suits, pantsuits, she's not trying to make them look like man suits that are like GMPs and really boxy, oversized men's looking shirts and blazers and whatnot. No, it's still women's wear. And I like that about her style. This was worn to Wimbledon as well last year. Just a simple, nice jacket and pleated skirt. Very, very comfortable. Also very practical for summer. The pleated skirts with plenty of movement allows for better airflow, so you're not going to get as hot as if you were wearing like a dress or something more straight in its silhouette. And this yellow dress is Amelia Wickstead, and it's a rewear that she wore to her first garden party in a couple of years. I really like the hat that she wore as well. I believe this is the hat that she wore for the Sussex's wedding. Two notable pantsuits from this year are the olive Victoria Beckham suit, which she's worn a couple of times this year, and my absolute favorite, this Alexander McQueen suit in this beautiful blue. This is one of my favorites because this is like the perfect styling for her. These straight leg trousers that are about ankle length and fitted, nipped in at the waist blazer that's not too long or too big, and looks like it fits her cuffs really nicely here, her wrists really nicely. It's not too voluminous. It's one of my favorite suits that she has. It always looks polished and sleek and perfect. And this olive one from Victoria Beckham, I like it. I really like the style of it and the cut of it. I love everything about it except the color. It's just not my personal favorite color, but I like the fit and construction of the suit a lot. Leave it in the comments what your favorite fashion moments from Catherine's 2025 was. I cannot wait to read them. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a happy day ahead, and I will see you next time. Bye!